The girl conquered the empire with just a piece of bread, even let the noble him be willing to smell the lure of flowers on his body. He never expected it to turn out like this. Not long ago, the original peerless evil girl disappeared completely one day. Endless speculation pervades the empire, but I can't find the truth. And now the girl looks at the clue she finally found, and her fingers tremble. This is the murderer who ruined his life? Count Vasilian conducted a cruel experiment on the elves. Having just given birth to 3 children, they are going to adopt another child from the orphanage. For revenge, girl takes the potion. The peerless evil girl turned into a diaper warrior, preparing to infiltrate enemy families. Looking at the young face in the mirror, there were kids screaming all around. It's been a month. When are you coming? Just when the girl can't take it anymore, the news of the noble's visit finally arrived. The girl stumbled to the door. A luxurious carriage has stopped, and the man in front of him was Count Vasilian. Little stars in the girl's eyes. For the first time, I feel that the enemy is also so kind. Among the many children, the girl is unsurprisingly the most eye-catching one. But the man just glanced faintly. No plans to adopt. The girl who was so stimulated was unhappy on the spot. They pull out these stiff little French sticks, and they're ready to wake them up. But the strong appearance of the girl instantly aroused the interest of the man. After learning that the girl's name was Concubine Kill, in the girl's suspicious eyes, his body was also lifted into the air. From today onwards, I am your father. This man is so casual, but is this plot development really right? The girl in the bumpy carriage began to doubt life, but men always smile. Saying that, he was going to give the girl a meet and greet gift. What gift? This 5-year-old baby almost peed his pants. Could it be a control ring or something? The girl meets the man's gaze. A qualified hunter should always maintain his disguise. After indicating that the bracelet is a little heavy, the gentle voice of the man also came with it. Anything you want from now on, Dad will be satisfied. The air suddenly shrank, but you have to grant your father a wish. An ominous aura instantly enveloped the entire carriage. Is this the true face of the Barcelian family? The carriage was stopped at this moment. It turned out to be a routine inspection of the paladins. It seems a little too peaceful for a month after the witch disappeared. A terrifying thought suddenly appeared in the girl's mind. Does the man know her whereabouts? Thinking. The man gave a weird smile. Adopting a daughter has to be kept a secret. Black magic strictly forbidden by the Empire is instantly unleashed in the hands of men. The girl grew her mouth in surprise. The Count, who thought his daughter was frightened, snapped his fingers. The black magic immediately wrapped the carriage completely. Looking at the building in front of you, this is the castle of the Count Barcelian's serpent. The girl stared blankly at the ceiling. She didn't expect the man to do this to put her to sleep. It's been a week since I arrived at the Count's house. This man seems to treat her as a pendant, even tell fairy tales patiently. The girl watched suspiciously as the man used black magic without authorization in this empire of powerful beliefs. If found, they will be executed immediately. The girl instinctively guessed the other party's intentions. Who knew that the man would sing a lullaby? What do you mean by singing and singing completely out of tune? If only this were Mom's lullaby. Although the memory of my mother is blurred, but the gentle feeling is vaguely in my mind. The sound of the man's stove unknowingly brings the girl to sleep. Open your eyes again. The man has been waiting for a long time. He picks the girl up. Come and see your brothers. Little is known about the 3 brothers. I only know that the eldest son is 13 years old. The twins below are 11 years old. Then, wait for the girl to resist. The man came to the study with a small milk bag. Heard the news that the man is about to go out. The girl's long, dull face finally revealed a bright smile. I can finally be alone for a while. And the eldest son of the Count also came to the study. The moment I see a girl, His brows wrinkled visibly. It turned out that they were about to set off for the Black Forest. Ignore the boy's strange gaze. The girl slowly typed a question mark. Think carefully about what they were doing there. But the boy paused. Even if you are crazy, don't involve innocent people. It's a strange father-son relationship, but the man is still brilliant. He smiled and patted the girl on the head. Then turn around and leave. Hesitate for a moment. Does the girl still ask the doubts in her heart? Who do I look like? A vague mention between them, even the search for herself so hard that the witch makes the girl feel that the adoption is no accident. And the man didn't respond. I touched the girl's hair and waited until I got back. But of course, girls don't sit still. That being the case, then explore your secrets carefully. A magic array has just appeared. Just then, a strong hand covered his mouth. The man outside the castle carried little Seven with one hand and threw him on a carriage full of flowers. The girl looked sluggish. Who am I? What am I doing? I wanted to solve the two with one hit. A figure suddenly appeared at this moment. Basil, the third son of the Count. The girl looked at it curiously, but saw him walking straight through the two towards the girl. This is also the first time he has seen this adopted child up close. Then he stretched out his big sinful hand and pinched the girl's cheek. The killer behind him sees himself ignored, holding a sharp sword. The arrogant guy in front of him blooms in the air with flowers. The two-person treat room has been transformed into a sky-shattering model. Basil thoughtfully holds an umbrella for the girl through blocked vision. You don't seem to be afraid at all. At the same time, in the study, their eldest brother took a break and stared across. And Basil puts this lovely object on the table. The two did not mention that they were almost kidnapped, and any expression in the two was an endorsement of the appearance of petty theft. Then the boss shows unusual concern behind the adoption incident. Even want to secretly send the girl away. But girls are not stupid birds. After making up a reason to stay with a flat foot, and they both thought, maybe the kid's stimulated, but Basil brought up that story about the Count's rebellion to raise the dead. Birth and death are the realm of God, and the Count has such a dark plan. The two expressed a deep sense of delight in the Count's choice of a child as a sacrifice. What are you talking about, my children? And the theft also suddenly recalled the secret past of 15 years. The Count and the woman who came out of the Black Forest. The Countess who gave birth to 3 children died mysteriously one day. And the Count himself was completely insane, and that's when Shisha realized, are you going to make yourself a sacrifice? And the Count also entered the house at this time. In the girl's puzzled eyes, concubine is my daughter. How can such a daughter be a father with only one request, to give me the crown of the Elf Queen? This is a relic of the Holy Empire. Only children under the age of 5 can touch it, and the Empire is about to start its selection. Offer the crown to the most sacred child girl lying in bed, thinking of the near future. I'm going to pray for my evil woman to get involved in the world. Can't kiss at all. And if I meet that man again, high probability of death. I originally sneaked in to investigate the research on elves. Why is it such a plot booth? Think of these. The girl also decided to sneak away before something strange happened. Fortunately, I prepared the invisible flower in advance. The girl's feet are swinging rapidly on the ground. The petals fell to the ground. A figure stood behind him and picked up the petals, looking puzzled. Seeing this, the girl ran faster. Moments later, the girl stood in the courtyard. I accidentally fell just now, and the flower flew out. It also got him arrested on the spot by the boy concubine. Killing had to start pretending to be stupid, and the boy is getting closer. Trying to find clues to the petals in the girl, he leaned over slowly, kissing in the girl's hair. Just as the girl is about to be exposed, the bell of foreign invasion suddenly rang. The girl suddenly felt her body clear. The whole person has been attached to the brother. At the same time, the Count's calm expression made the man reading the decree in front of him feel arrogant. Fierce arguments ensued. When I heard that I would also enter the palace together, concubine, Killing is also a little confused. They are about to leave for the palace overnight. The Count only smiled faintly. Then he looked back at his little daughter. Feel the familiar breath. It turned out that he had already found out that the concubine was not in the bedroom, preparing to send troops to search, and Carl just smiles. It's a shame. The man's tenderness towards his daughter is the same as that of the Countess. Is it because we are similar? But the face of an elf is made of fantasy. The man didn't respond. I just hugged my daughter and turned around quickly to go to the palace tonight. The next day, the girl sat in the palace, feeling even more hopeless to escape. Wait for gradual time, the door was suddenly opened. This familiar figure instantly made the girl's hair stand up. A figure who enjoyed the power of life and death in the empire. Due to the large number of remaining items, he himself was praised as evidence of divinity. The moment the man walks through the door, he notices the burglary. Look at his striking pink pupils. The man's eyes are gradually becoming slender, and he strode forward. Just as the palm is about to touch, the Count grabbed it. What are you going to do to my daughter? Helen retracted her hand happily, saying that only the girl looked familiar. I want to fill the room for the treat, fortunately under the persuasion of the adjutant. The two did not engage in a heated conflict, but the secret game did not stop. Helene used the cover of being a lotus leaf girl to keep the Count safe. As the door slammed shut, there were only two of them left in the house. The man's gaze is like a sharp insight. Like a girl's stupid hair stands up, looking at the girl's similar face. Are you Lithia's daughter? This tiger and wolf's words made the girl almost crash. What the hell is this guy talking about? It turned out that her entanglement with men would last a long time ago. She prayed to a man to end her exhausted life. Rejected. After a brief encounter, adults also returned to their lives. I didn't expect to meet again in this situation. The girl did not answer. The man also sat down slowly. I thought it was over, but Helingen took it upon himself to take a bite. Where has a 5-year-old concubine killed such a scene? He quickly buried his head in the sofa and played the role of an ostrich. As the clothes are pulled apart, the girl found the bright rose pattern under the man's collarbone through her fingers. And then the Count's voice suddenly appeared. Do you want to die, Sir Helen? The Count slowly entered. As a Star Knight, he actually left the logo of a witch on himself. But Helen just took her time to get dressed. Do you know Lycesia? This brief inquiry made the Count immediately guess what happened. The candlestick with the sharp tip of the needle was instantly pressed against Helen's throat. The theft had nothing to do with him. Don't test my patience again. Helen got up slowly. This time I will serve as a guard notice. See you then. The Count looked at the child in front of him. The seriousness on his face immediately turned into a doting expression, and the moment, just absent, just venting his dissatisfaction with the emperor who handed his daughter to a judge. To make my daughter happy, the Count takes his concubine for a walk in the palace. Tell Dad what you like. Even the castle Dad will give it to you. But the worry on the man's face is still seen through by the girl. He raised his little hand and gently stroked the man's hair. Don't worry. Concubine Sa is always on Dad's side. But what the girl doesn't know is he beheaded the Countess. A few days later, the girl was walking into a villa in the capital. The Count's reaction made Concubine even more curious, wanting to find out. He gave up running, but the way her brother and sister treated the child gave Concubine a headache. What he doesn't know is in the window on the 3rd floor. There is a pair of eyes staring at it all quietly. The peaceful life of the Vasilian family was completely shattered after the death of their mother. Even the child who was supposed to be born was stillborn. The eldest son, Bell, took on everything in the family early in the Count's crazy time. Hide your fragile self carefully, because he has younger siblings to take care of him. The Count himself was even worse off. He left everything he had. Standing by the body of the king's wife, screaming at Bell, internet celebrity abandons Count's duty until that idea came along. Yes, I am Count Vasilian, so it should be able to save you. This is the beginning of his fall. The current Count is full of competitive skills in one fell swoop. In his plan, use the elf crown as a sacrifice to resurrect the king's wife. the family will be destroyed sooner or later. And as a participant, concubine killing is also unavoidable. Fortunately, this sister adapted faster than expected, and he couldn't help but think of the stillborn child. If that sister is born, it should be like what he looks like now. But the Count's voice interrupted Belle's thoughts. The conversation between father and son is always sharp, thinking of the dark plan to be carried out and the hopeless future in the Count's eyes. Belle blamed himself for what he had told his mother. Then the 13-year-old boy raised his head bravely. He must stop this unscrupulous Count.